think that is pretty much good to go. Let me just press live on this button here.
Okay.
Somewhere here, go live.
Send the files.
Yeah, he's got some files to send to Jen. Rally, yours are too big, aren't they?
Might be. I'll check.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Yeah, all good.
Right.
Hey.
I think Rally made a suggestion of looking at tyre wear on the NGTC race, just to have a little look at that and pick the bones out of that. Unless you've got some other kind of topics to add.
No, that's good. That's good. We could also have a look at that Sebring lap as well for the guys doing endurance this weekend on the GTE side, if we want. See what we can see what we need to do with that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I did about a 90-minute test session with rain transitions on Burger's server, and it crashed.
How did that go?
Yeah, it was really good actually. You kind of got an idea for what number and when to change to tyres. I don't want to say too much in case some people are listening, but I've got a good idea. Well, essentially, intermediates are no good, which I think is probably well known.
Yeah, they're a waste of time.
But my R factor, no, I think the server or my connection lost. I think the R factor didn't actually crash, but the connection was lost, and my Motec file of 90 minutes worth of really good data just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, that sucks.
But hopefully I'm going to get it back. We're just waiting on someone to fix it.
All right, so want to start with tyre wear first?
Yeah, if you want to send through any Motec files you've got on the Discord chat, Jan's going to load them up, and then we'll discuss from there. I think Rally's going to send something as well, so whoever gets there first.
Mine's about 5 times too big.
Yeah, stick it on a Google Drive link or something.
Yeah, I'll put it on there or something.
I've just put mine up from the race.
Google.cat.
Oh, this is Catalan.
Ah.
You see.
You're a Catalan. You're a Catalan rebel.
Well, that's all.
And that is text tire temperatures.
Yeah.
For some reason it's not as clear this week. I can just about make out the numbers.
Let's see. I have the same resolution as always.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm streaming twice. That might be.
I'm getting some pixelation.
How is it for everybody else? Mine's a little blurry too, but I'm downloading that WEC update.
Is that a big update, do you think? Or is it just slow?
I think it's reasonable size. It's been going for about 10 minutes now, I think.
Yeah, I can't really can't see the numbers on that really. I'm just going to try pausing one of these streams, see if that helps. But if other people are saying the same thing.
Let me close and start again.
Maybe.
No?
Not yet. Sometimes it takes a while to clear up. What about everyone else?
Yeah, I just wonder how Discord syncs on if one person's got a dodgy connection, whether it can affect everybody.
Well, I can reduce the refresh rate.
Well, I can try it if you want, and Jan just tell me what to press and I'll press it.
Oh, it's make it on 15 FPS instead of 30.
Oh, okay. Slow it down a bit. Yeah, that might work.
Let's see now.
Is it just me and you having problems, Simon? Is everybody else can see it clearly?
Yeah, I think everyone is.
Everyone is, yeah. Right, let me just download it on this one.
I bet it's me buggering things up with this bloody download.
Right, let me... Ooh, no, that's not how to do it. I'll turn on my screen share and see what happens. Oh, you can do, when you turn it on, you can change it to 15.
Yeah,
And did you have it on 720 or 1080?
720. 1080 is for Nitro.
Ah, right. In fact, I signed up for that last week. Let me try that then. In fact, it won't let me. Oh, right, there you go. It will let me. This will totally screw up my connection now. Is that working for people?
It is actually. It's clearer for me.
And what about our YouTube? Let me check in and log into that. Make sure it's not stuttering there. We got all the sounds.
Evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Evening.
Evening.
Evening, everyone.
Is that the echo from the stream right here?
Yeah, that is. Let me just turn that off. Right,
It sounded like a crew chief.
Yeah. Right, let me check Facebook then. See what that's going to be like. Be interested to see. Oh, in fact, it's downloading. I won't bother with it. As long as one's working. YouTube's the main one for the minute. Right. So, we're going to look at your tyres, weren't we? Yeah, that's not tyres.
Oh, did you want my file as well?
Yeah, go for it. You're front wheel drive, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think Rally's going to post something up as well. Compare those two. You're both in a Focus, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
So that'd be good
Should
comparison.
you want it on Mega or the Drive?
Yeah, either way, it doesn't matter. Just put a link up. So, Jan, what are we saying?
I uploaded my worksheet on my workbook on Discord.
Oh, this would be really good for you to show me how to install this, because this is something which I've not got a clue how to install. So you can talk me through it. Presumably,
What are these fonts you posted on Mega?
What's that on Mega?
These fonts.
fonts?
Yeah.
What's wrong with them?
Just wondering what they were for.
Cool. Mine should be in the Discord.
Yeah, just found it. So, am I going to have to close this down, or can I install a workbook?
You have to go file. Close project.
Right now.
Yep. Open project.
Yeah, try this. Yeah, open project.
That'd be my downloads. Where my downloads are. What my downloads up there?
At quick access, aren't they?
There you go. Alright.
No, cancel. Close this project before. Maybe.
New project.
No,
Close the program.
close it. Yeah.
Alright, it's closed.
Open a Motec. No, you have to close the project. Like project, close project.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, say open existing project.
And then downloads.
Oh wait, I think the Motec versions are different.
i2 Pro, okay.
Oh, mine is i2 Pro 1.1.2.
Let's just check it's here. 19th of February. That's it there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yours is what? iTech? What version is yours?
1.1.2.
1.1.2, yeah, that's different. Right, I'll go get the most recent one then. Let's be good. That one there. 64-bit. Was that Pro? Yeah, that's Pro, yeah, let's have that one. So what did I'm trying to think what I was gonna say. McLovin, you in Division B? I'm trying to remember now.
No, I'm in Division A for this one. In Apex, I'm Division B.
So I don't really get to see what goes on in Division B, so I don't really know how they're getting on or anything like that.
We're all good, buddy. Division B is where it's at.
Oh yeah, and you're obviously strangely you're in Division B. I don't know why.
First race blues.
Right, there we go.
Now go to open workspace. Now import. Or look for the file.
They're all in folders. It seems to want it in a folder.
No, maybe try to click on the file type. Let's see if there's another one. Oh, below.
Ah, there.
Next, yeah.
Maybe that's what it was earlier on then.
No, then do an import. Cancel this and import.
I was on import before.
Yeah.
Should I try browse?
No. Then wait.
It's still looking for a folder.
Oh,
Let me just
that's
see.
weird.
Oh, it's got archive after it. Let's get rid of that archive.
Yeah.
Rename. See if that helps. There we are.
And do with browsing or what?
Responding.
Okay.
Thinking about it.
Try to export it somewhere.
I think you've backed it up rather than exporting it. I'm not sure because it's called archive, isn't it?
Yeah, but I did workspace export to file. Let's see, different. And I will look for the workspace file.
So essentially what we're doing here, just in case you haven't got a clue, you're not following it, Jan's workbook, I've never been able to load up. So it's good that he's here talking it through. And I think it's probably better if you create your own generally, because then you understand what it means. But if Jan's showing us, then obviously he's going to be more familiar with his own workbook. So endurance racing. Who's not doing that? I think everyone's doing that, aren't they? Yeah. Shall I show you my endurance tracker? You guys still here?
Yeah. What is this? What is this you're looking at? Endurance tracker. What's that?
This is a very work in progress spreadsheet which I did just to see these tabs at the bottom here to work out different tyre stints, and I used it for the Daytona race just to sort of work out what tyres are best. So we've got S9, S8, F7, S6, Inters, which I didn't do any testing on, wets, and then some comparisons at the end. And I've only done S6 and S9 tests with some rough data just from pulling numbers out of my head on a 5-lap track test. So they're very inaccurate because I lost all that 90 minutes yesterday. I thought I'm going to come back and put something in this. So essentially, and that should say 12. Rather than looking at your time, what we're trying to work out is in 12 hours, how many laps do you think we can do on either set of tyres? And you can see that S6 provisionally comes up doing 1 lap more than S9s. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No.
No, who said no?
Me. So in 12 hours, and S6s, you do 340 laps. Is that what that's saying?
Yeah, in theory, assuming you don't fall off and there's no rain. And on S9s, you do 339. And this is based on the premise. Just turn that alarm off. This is based on the premise of certain lap times, and you put those lap times into S6. So this is the S6 tab here, and these yellow boxes are things that you need to fill out from your Motec data. So fuel consumed per lap. On the S6s, I think you're doing a slightly higher fuel usage because you're pushing faster. So 3 litres per lap. Your safe limit before you want to change your tyres, 70%, not tyre wear, but 70% left. So you're down to 70%, if that makes sense. How much tyre wear you're using per lap. And then your time in pit road, so that's why I was timing up yesterday. Go on. You got a question?
Yeah, how do you assess that safe limit?
That's just a number you pull out the air. That's something your own tolerance, what you feel comfortable driving down to.
Okay. Now, just on that, on a couple of the endurance races I've done in this mud before, it goes through a weird spell. I can't remember whether it's around 70% or a bit less, where they feel like shit, and then it gets through it, and they feel okay again.
So you can go lower.
I think so. I remember in this mud in particular, they feel like shit for a period, then they're okay again for quite a while after that. Once you've done 2 or 3 laps with them feeling like shit, I think.
Okay.
Could we not use car stat for that?
Yeah, those car stat doesn't represent that feeling that you're discussing. It's possibly you may be getting used to it, but it doesn't say it doesn't exist. It's just a feeling that you need to manage and cope with and react to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's that mud that I've had that issue with, that it does feel really crappy for a couple of laps at a certain percent, and then it gets better again.
Well, I think we need to really work on that setup a little bit more, because yesterday I was getting really bad, and I'm pretty sure it's like torque oversteer, where it's something's up with the diff, I think, where I don't know, maybe I was just pushing it too hard, but on a rubbered up track it was causing me problems, because I think we developed that on a fairly green track, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's completely finished yet, but you know, we'll look at it. So we've done that half of the graph, the fuel stint information, this side, your tyre stint information, then your race specific information. So the race length in seconds works it out to hours and minutes. Target lap average. What the hell's that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's basically what lap time you think you can do safely on your S6 compound. So on S6s, 205 is 125 seconds. Follow me so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep.
Total time in pit road. So this is kind of calculating, going back down to the tyre stint information, bottom left. So if you're want to go down to 70% and then change, and you're doing 1.5 per lap, maximum laps per tyre stint, so you can do 20 laps before you need to come in and change tyres. But according to this, you can do 30 laps on a fuel stint. So I'm not sure how that's resolved, but tyre stints needed 17, so the stops are needed to be 16. So I think basically this works out that you're going to, based on this information, you're going to need 16 pit stops. 16 pit stops times this information on the bottom right hand corner, the pit lane information. So you've got 20 seconds just if you were to drive through the pit lane, stop and start again. That's how long it takes out of your lap time. If you did nothing to your car, just stopped in the box and took off again, it would add 20 seconds to your lap time combined. And then if you were to fuel up, it would add another 22 seconds on top of that 20 seconds. If you were to only take tyres, it would add 38 seconds to that 20 seconds. And I believe that if you were to take fuel and tyres, it would be a total of 60 seconds on top. I need to check that. But assuming that's all correct, then this figure here is total time in pit road. So in total time assuming all those pits and your tyres stay the same, then you would be in the pit, waiting in the pit for 11 minutes in total out of that 12 hours.
This isn't bad, is it?
And then
tells you got to make your tyres last, basically.
Well, it depends, because you know, if you change this to, if you watch what happens to this red box here. If you could manage to pump out 203s for 12 hours, then you know it makes a big difference. But I think you need a margin for error. And the other thing that I haven't quite resolved is this number here. I have to keep pumping in to here to get it to match. You can't do a sort of circle formula, because it comes back on itself. So I just have to manually keep adapting it until they match. So this number here has to equal that number there. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this mathematically, which I will get there in the end. It's just version 1. So that's S6.
But say for example, if you like if this was a correct analysis, if you could make your tires last the same length as your fuel, how many fewer pit stops would that be?
Yeah. Okay. So let's put this tire wear down then. So what would that be? Let's put it on 60. So we want that number to be 30 basically. Let's put that 57, 56.5. Oh, it's rounding it up. No, that's not it. Format cells. Number. Still, that should be 29, surely. Let's try 55.5. Oh yeah, that's like 55.5. Can't add up. Okay, so maximum laps per tyre stint, maximum laps per fuel stint. So they kind of, you're right, you'd come in at the same. And then that formula follows on from down here. I'm not sure why I put S9 down there. I think I copied that. Just copied and pasted it for my S9 calculations. Number of laps, target lap time, stint time. So that gives you a time on the stint, which is the same as that up there. 62 minutes 30. Fuel stops per wear. See, this is where I was kind of getting into this sort of stuff. So let's just change that to 692. See, I think this needs working on because that should be a lot less, shouldn't it? Maybe I'd already worked out that it would never come in for fuel without taking tyres.
Yeah, I think you pretty much change tyres every time you do a fuel stop. Although it does add quite a bit of time looking at that.
So tyre stops needed 10. Fuel stops needed 12. So I'm not sure how that's getting 12. I need to maybe look at that again. I think I've rounded some of this up as well. Put round up values into it. It worked for Daytona. I need to really pick it apart and start again with it. This was just like a last minute thing last night where I was clutching at straws.
But but you've gone from 10. I mean, how many stops it was before? You're now down to 10 as opposed to whatever it was. If you only got 20. I'm just wondering how much time that actually saves.
Well, this is something that is probably I need to work out by myself without streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, if we could figure that out, then we can see our target time and stuff, and whether it's worth saving your tires a little bit and doing slightly slower laps if you're saving like 2 or 3 pit stops.
Yes, exactly. But it's all kind of all plans go out the window as soon as it starts raining. That is the issue.
That's right. That's true.
Because you can't really allow for how hard it's going to rain. This is something that we were testing yesterday in terms of you've got 3 numbers you want to look at. Your percentage, which is how hard it's raining, and I think it started at 1% and goes up, and on Burger Server it went up to 20%, and that was pretty hard, but it can go higher. Then you've got water on the track, minimum and maximum, and Ben was saying that because of the bridges in Daytona, the minimum is always skewed, so you can't rely on that. So the areas under the bridge will be dry, or that's his best theory to it, but we can't rely on the minimum. And the key thing is it went right up to about 80, I think it was about 90% water on the track, and it does really slow you down to a point of like doing from 203s right down to 215s per lap, which is like what 12 seconds a lap slower. That's with wets on. And as the line dries out, you can do some half decent times on your wet tyres. And I think a lot of the other guys were coming in way too early to switch back to slicks. So I think the lesson is just to keep hold of your wets as long as you can, because you can get decent times out of it even on a drying line.
And did you guys find you had to kind of run offline to keep them cool, or you didn't have to do any of that kind of stuff?
No, didn't have to. We talked about doing that, but we didn't actually need to. There come a point where it was just like, you know, I'm getting within about 4 seconds of my dry tyre time. I think I was down to about 207. I was like, they weren't exactly getting hot either. It was just that's as fast as I could go, and the track wetness had got down to a certain point that I wanted to see whether this was optimum time to try slicks or not. And I think it was about 45. I think it was about 50%. By the time I'd come into the pits and done the pit procedure, it was down to about 45. So it was drying out much quicker than I think a normal server would dry out. And yeah, you could straight out on the slick tyres, give them a couple of laps to warm up, and you were sort of back into your 205s. But that was on softs, and then about another 10 laps later, you're down to 203. And I didn't really notice the track getting green either, because of it. Which I'm not sure if you've got an experience of.
Yeah, the thing I think I found in the few wet transition races I've done is, by the time the dry line starts to appear, like you said, you're still doing a few laps on your wets, and so that kind of rubbers in that dry line a bit. So by the time you switch back onto your slicks, that the racing line's already rubbered in a bit.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So yeah, I need to pick this apart and do like a version 2 of this, because this was good for an overall idea on Daytona, but I think we're getting a bit more. I'm getting more experience on it now, getting a bit more detail on it. I think I can rejig it a lot easier.
Yeah, no, I think that's a useful spreadsheet, definitely.
And the idea is you put all these figures in. All it needs is a full dry stint, a full fuel burn stint, if that makes sense. So like an hour's worth of driving for each of those 4 tyre compounds. I mean, I forget about the wets for the minute, but because you've got so many different rain conditions that I don't think it's worth putting them on there. You could have 70% water on the track and 90% water on the track, and it will be a massive difference. So I don't even think it's worth doing. And then, so you put all your dry tyre figures in, and then you go to your comparisons, and it will show you how many laps you can achieve, all based on the data that you've inputted. So that is something that I'm going to have a little go on.
Okie dokie.
Right, Jan, have you managed to export your workspace?
Well, I zipped the whole folder in somewhere in Discord.
Oh, okay. Let's have a little look. Alright, is that downloaded? No.
Have I missed anything?
Not a lot. We were talking about our rain experiences, which would be quite good to listen over that.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's that one there, workspace there.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're just going to install Jan's workspace, just because for some reason when he's hosting, when the resolution isn't clear enough. Not sure if his Catalan counterparts have destroyed the upload connection. Oh, look at this, rough and running.
Well done. Not bad.
Yeah, but to take the tire wear per lap and some other things, you need to change the Damplugin configuration to output some more channels.
Oh,
But-
come on, let's show me how to do that then. Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I'm learning loads, right? Because I was thinking, oh yeah, because there's track information which I'm not getting from
Yeah.
the plugin.
You can even change the refresh, well, how much samples it takes.
Right, yeah, I think that's what Rally's done to his files. That's why they're so big. So, where am I at? Can't even remember. I've stuck it now. It'll be on. I can't even think where it'd be. Downloads, I presume. Is it in there? Malaysian full loop. McLovin and TechG. Let's add them. Let's see if Rally's posted one or not. Rally stuck a link in there yet? I think you have to go.
What?
Oh no, you stuck a link for your extra large file in here yet?
Oh no, I put it on Mega. I wanted to put a link to it.
Yeah, go on. Just might as well get it loaded up as well. Right, so maybe next week you're going to show us how to do the Damplugin output, because I need track data. Right, so Jan, what do you want us to do on here in terms of?
Oh, I can show you very quick how to do that.
Can I link to a specific folder in Mega?
It's very quick. It just change the configuration file of Damplugin, and then it will output all the stuff.
Okay, I don't have it installed on this machine, so I'll have to do it next week when I've installed it. What you saying?
Sharing.
Rally, what were you saying about Mega?
I don't think I can link to a
Oh, okay.
folder directly.
Let's just have a look, see if it's in it.
Sharing my screen now. You want to take a look at the config?
Yeah, let's have a look. Where's your screen? There it is. Okay, yeah, show me.
This is the rate. 5 is the maximum, but it's maybe a bit too much. Then here are the base controls. This one. Well, you either put 1 or 0 if you want it locked or not.
Yep.
Yeah, but it changes on what it is. Like this weather is this ambient temp and track temp.
Oh,
But there's another one.
Okay.
The cloud, min and max wetness,
Oh, path wetness.
Raining?
Yep.
raining, wind speed, and heading. I don't know what the heading is.
That's what I need. I need those raining percentages and min
Then
max
it's-
path wetness.
It's this.
Yep.
Then have the aero, the rear, the height, right height,
Okay.
downforce and drag. These are the throttle and the steering position. It's both are the raw value and the filtered, like passed through DC and ABS. The suspension is right height at the 4 corners. The spring, third spring, but this is not used
We don't use that.
unless it's an LMP or something like that. This is the suspension force of each spring. Tire load, grip traction, I don't use it rarely. This other tire
Carcass.
temperature,
Yeah.
this more velocities type of surface. It could be maybe somewhat useful, but not in Motec at least.
Well,
The speed rotation, clutch speed,
all of that makes no sense to me at the moment.
the engine torque, the bias, that's useful.
That's interesting, yeah.
Turbo if it's there.
Yeah.
Brake pressure. That's not the position of the brake. That's the pressure of the brakes. The pressure the brakes are doing on the wheel, on the disc.
Right.
Max RPM. That's very useful to set the limit.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah. Overheating and headlights. Then severity. I think this is the damage of the gearbox.
Oh, the vehicle. Okay.
I think I'm not sure.
Could it not be bodywork or anything?
Maybe I haven't checked it. I have it locked, I think. Yeah.
So there's loads of stuff that I'm missing out on.
Yeah. Then more wheels, the toe and camber. This is if the wheel is detached.
Can you put us link us?
Yeah.
That forum thread.
Well, and also you can send us your ini file, because we could probably just use your ini file and save us doing all the ones and zeros.
That's a good idea. I'm just going to put that on.
Thank you, sir.
I have the second weather turned off, but if you need, just turn it on.
Oh, that's not it. Where did that go?
Oh well, and then there's also, you can see what's scoring values that are locked a bit below that post.
Sorry, let's just go back. Go on, what are you saying?
Oh no, in that page, the Damplugin, where I was.
Hold on.
One sec.
I'm losing where I'm at. Right, there we are.
Oh, you can see all the scoring info.
Scoring data is mainly used in limited frequency.
Yeah, it's
much better. It's got an in pits time. But there's me.
Yeah.
Set the stopwatch. Oh. Right. Oh. So that might be outputable data then to okay. That's really interesting.
Also, it tells you the lap distance.
Yep.
If it's finished, number of pit stops and penalties, sectors, flags, the start light.
Nice.
A yellow flag if there's a yellow flag, and so. This pit status, I don't really know what it really is. No, but also lap number and.
Well, pit status will be whether the pits are open or closed.
Yeah. This also is the time elapsed since the start of the season, and this is the time when the lap lasted from the start of this lap.
Yep. Wow.
Then this, if.
So I need to configure that a bit to my liking, because I was really missing out not having track wetness and raining on my data. So that is something I've learned today.
Yeah, then with the impedes, then it's gonna be much easier to compute the timing impedes.
Someone else going to add something there? Can't remember. Can't see who pressed.
No, I was typing something and I pressed an end, which is my mic.
Fair enough. So, thank you for that, Jan. Should we go through these tyre temps?
Yeah, that's simply a graph. There's nowhere anything else done. It's just grouped by tire, and that's all.
What should I be doing?
Well, first, if you want to change the unit of the temps, now it's in degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that's all right. Celsius is good.
Okay. Then look at the peaks of the temperature.
And we can use these bits here as well. These little.
Yeah, this is the maximum selected part.
So it's 247, and that's going to be like 0 straight,
Blocking.
which is that very first. If you look down here, the very first corner.
Yeah, I would say it's blocking.
Yeah.
Because
that's front right.
You know what would be useful a little bit on this is if we could have an overlay of the temperatures and the tire wear to see how much they kind of relate to the temperatures going up to your tire wear, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Add them.
A channel.
If this is my data, I was going to say I had a massive problem with term 1, so that probably explains it.
Front right, let's just add them all. And then front right, we move up. And we're going to change that colour.
You have to click the edit button.
Oh,
edit button below.
What colour are we going to make that? Yellow?
I don't think green is used on the front right diagram.
Front right.
Yeah, the green color.
And then front left, move up. And edit that. Well, red's alright for that because there's no red there.
Yeah.
The rear ones, rear left, move up. Make that. Oh, keep doing that. Is there blue there? There's no blue, is there?
Oh, green again.
Well, I think you meant to do them different colours, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Move up and edit. What colours have we got? So what about pink? That's not really.
Yeah, the max temp is so high that the where it's not.
Oh, we can change.
Yeah, you really need that tolerance thing, don't you?
Yeah,
or
properties.
whatever it's called.
To properties and then select the group. I think.
Group 1. Yep.
Yeah, and edit.
Yep.
Then put the mode to manual. And reduce the max to something like 150 or something like that.
Press OK.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, the tire wear goes. It's not the what's left. It's the percentage the tire has worn. So if you want the what the percentage left, you need to do a math
Okay.
to
Well, it's going to show the same.
subtract.
It's going to show the
Yeah,
same thing. Could you
or
not
you could
just do that
you
one
could-
channel?
Yeah, you could put on a separate, put on its own channel or its own group, and then it'll be have its own scale.
So move down, or just move up.
Add group first,
Add group. Move
then
up.
move it all.
Oh, too much. And then put this one back to manual scale. Automatic scale.
Yeah, let's see how that looks with that one.
And then let's just do that. What about making that manual scale? And then put a maximum or minimum of, I don't know, how could you do that?
Yeah, put minimum of like 60 or something, or 50 or whatever.
I mean, just for now, just to get it looking right.
It's out of range.
Yeah, it's got to be between 50 and 100. Well, I don't know what he got down to, but he's oh, this is just one lap, right?
Yeah, this is one lap.
Oh,
check the
good,
group.
yeah.
What do you reckon? What numbers?
65 the minimum there.
Yeah, I'll do 50 to 60.
Yeah. No. Yeah. 65 maybe, because now it's 65.6.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant, sorry.
And then we can.
No. I don't know if there was a way. No, the
You can see.
the range put 70 or.
Oh, we've gone the wrong way, so you want like 66 to be your minimum, or 60
Yeah,
or
it
whatever.
grows. It's growing because the tire gets more worn.
Okay, right. So
Instead of starting at 100, it starts at 0.
you want to put that at say 65.
Yeah, and the other at 70 or something like that.
That's it. That's what we're talking about. So it's pretty flat, your tyre wear. And then as soon as you lock up, yeah, look at that, jumping up. And that's probably the second, oh no. So that's your braking phase there.
Yeah.
And that's your turning phase of the hairpin.
I didn't even realise I was looking up, to be honest with you. I didn't feel anything or hear it.
I think this might be TechG's data, I'm not sure.
It's at the top
No,
there.
no,
It is McLovin, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yours, yeah.
And Glavin, do you have the other channels on the Damplugin?
No.
What?
Oh, because we could have said if I was looking up, couldn't we?
And your front right, was that the one that was wearing the, or front left that was wearing the most, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I managed it quite well, though. I was getting around 5% per lap, because I was just taking it easy.
Yeah, and I never realise I lock up sometimes, and that's why I put my brake pressure down, because I don't actually know I'm locking up.
Because I was doing it in practice at 80 kilograms, and I have my tyre volume at like a lot higher than it should be, so I always hear. But yeah, I didn't hear it on that, but I'll have to look into that and then see if I was.
Yeah, look at that, 322. Should we check out that tyre wear? Rear, front right. Where was that at?
I mean, it's showing us that it looks like there's definitely, as we thought, a relationship between the tire temps and tire wear.
Oh, I know what that lap might have been. There was a accident in front of me, so I like slid and had to floor the gas to avoid it. So that might have been why they went up, because it was on that corner.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, the range. It's
There must be a way to get the range kind of zoomed in to a point.
I think you can use that. I think you can use, what's it called, that tolerance thing where it just shows you the difference as opposed to the total.
Display.
I think it's that button on the right hand side of the screen, that little it's like a squiggly. Yeah, that one there.
Variance.
I think it's that one. Variance. That's it. Variance. I meant to say.
no, that's between
That's variance.
different distance. Yeah, between the time.
Oh, is that only time? It doesn't do a
Yeah,
variance
it's only
for
time.
every channel you run. Okay.
No.
But it's exactly that formula we want for this tire wear, isn't it? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, if you could have a variance on that, then you could see exactly how much was it was changing by.
Well, you could add a channel report and take the change, and then it will do how much there's a change per lap,
On a new tab.
or even whenever.
Could put it in there because now there's space there. Not that.
It needs to be a new one.
Couldn't we put it in this little bit here?
Well, it could be a bit
Be a bit small.
packed. Yeah,
Right,
maybe a new one and put it full screen. Well, whatever it is.
Try out. Wear. Oh, there's a web tab there. Sure, it's not already there.
No, it's a bit different. Well, yeah,
Could...
but this is per lap, but you can even make it per sectors or per corners and whatever.
Yeah, per corner would be good.
No, below. Yeah, add channel report. Then add everything. Take the change and on the options use selected outings.
What does that change?
That change it uses everything.
Okay,
and
the whole race.
the selected laps only what you have selected. The laps you have selected with that green box on the lap counter.
Where does it say that? Oh, selected. I see. Selected green. That is the whole event.
Yeah. If you tick the include untrusted, that will use the out lap and in lap.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it won't. And all of the outings, I think it's everything you have. Like if you have more than one, then put it there. Then go to the add button.
Yep.
Oh, the one on top.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Then the outings.
Yeah.
Laps. Track sections. Default. Then corners. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Can you do like on the brake section? You've got the brake temperature rainbow thing that shows the temperatures throughout the track. Can you do that for tire temps as well?
Yeah.
It could be possible. Yeah.
Okay.
But what you want? Which channel exactly you want to put it there? Unless you want to do like one map for front left outer tire or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing.
Did you have any problems with your rear tires?
As in, like, where?
Yeah.
No. I think it was like 2% or something.
Should we take the rear data out of this thing because it will make it easier to read?
Yeah.
You can untick and it won't show.
So that just makes it a bit easier, doesn't it? I don't know why they're still showing there though. Maybe.
Yeah,
delete.
just delete them. Remove.
Remove. Yeah.
And then.
That's for each lap, for each turn.
Yeah. I'm not sure about having them for each turn though. I don't know. That's probably a good idea. Should we add a map? Is that something we can do?
Yeah. Go to below where there's like that orange line. That's to reduce this window. Yeah. There. Yeah.
Ah.
Then add track map, track position. Yeah. Then
Would
you
it not be the
can-
rainbow track thing? So that
Oh,
shows us the temperatures.
Yeah, if you want, delete this.
So am I starting again?
No, it's.
Is it this one?
Yeah, this one.
So keep it.
No, delete this. Delete it. Yeah. Add.
Rainbow track.
Yeah. Then color channel, choose whatever you want. The tire temp should be.
Oh, it's not working.
No, there. Select that button. Yeah.
I get it. Oh, it's only going to let me do one or the other, I think.
Yeah, this is only one.
So
That-
front left.
No, that will color code the laps. Well, the whole track on color coded by the tire wear.
Oh, but this is going to do the total tyre wear, isn't it? Not
Yeah.
Not the difference.
No. This is the value it has.
Yeah.
If you change it the tire wear for tire temp, it will color code the map for the temp.
Yeah, that's probably better, isn't it? Oh, this is where you need the carcass temperature maybe, rather than using the inner or the outer. But should we do the front left outer?
Yeah,
Inner's always hotter, right? Generally.
yeah. Usually, if the camber is set correctly, it is. You can only have one. Add 4 maps, one for each.
Is that good? Press OK.
Yeah.
Shall I reduce that number of bands? Maybe.
Oh. No, that's the bands below the color coding.
Yeah. Do we want all of those?
Or you can change the specified bandwidth, like for every 30 degrees to another band, or whatever.
That'd be alright, I think.
Yeah.
That can't be right. Doesn't go red at all.
You know why that might be though, because it's peaking, isn't it, at certain corners, then it drops back down.
Yes.
Very quickly.
No, but that would show it.
Oh, but also if you look at the color bands, the temperature ranges, it has to go above like 120 before it even starts to go red. So we need to change the.
Yeah. True.
Go to properties,
Let's just put that
then
back.
simply
Change these, isn't it?
yeah, or simply untick the ones.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah, you can untick there the ones you don't want, like, and or delete it.
But you see the number of bands. We don't need that many bands, do we? Can't we just have?
Then
You
specify
could,
less.
or you
Yeah.
could specify the width.
Yeah.
Because then you can control like that they're only 10 degrees apart or something.
Right.
This the
You want everything over 120 to be kind of 130 to be red, don't you? Really, or whatever temperature we think. I'm not sure what this is in. What unit is this in?
Centigrade.
Centigrade.
on the scale mode. Yeah, properties. Go to properties. You can specify the maximum a skill mode. Put manual, and then put the max.
That is right though. The maximum is probably about 303.
Yeah, but you can
put it down to 250 maybe.
Yeah, that will make it from there.
And let's just do that.
So how would that be maxed a little lower than that still? The
Now you
ideal...
can see a red part. Yeah.
Just maybe do that a bit. Oh yeah, that's working well.
Yeah, because the peak value is like on a massive log or something like that. So
this really shows you where the critical corners are now, doesn't it, for tire heating? As we thought, it's the fast sweeping corners.
Yeah, look at that. I did notice. I always get muddled up. There's two. There was a left and a right twice on the track, and I kept getting muddled up. Which one was which? Because one you could take at full pelt, and one you really had to cruise around. Because if you cruised around it, you'd end up with the same time delta than if you blasted around it. But blasting around it, you're just knackering your tyres up. Did you find that?
Yeah, there was one corner that you had to kind of take it easier around. I forget which one it was. And the braking zone into the first corner, you can see there is either locking up into there, or maybe there's some adjustment that could have been done there to save the tires a bit.
So I'm going to do the same again.
That's a very useful color chart, actually. Colored map.
See, look,
press Control and click it in between. Yeah, that you can move it.
Brilliant. Simple things that make me happy. And I just got to change that to be
front right, for example.
No, that one's. We're going to change this one to be front right.
Yeah.
Seeing as it's on the right hand side. And that one.
Oh.
Front right inner.
I think there's a way to put more channels. Let me check.
Either way, though, this is good. This is good stuff now for doing a proper analysis of your tire temps around the track and the effect it has on tire wear.
And
so
look at turn one as well. That front right, it's going from yellow to orange to yellow to orange.
Just right click on one of those maps and put the labels in if we can.
Okay. If you do, instead of do this
show sections,
instead of
section labels.
Hold on, one at a time. I'll show you section labels. Is that what you mean? That's going to be easier for us to talk it through. Is that what you meant?
Yeah. So that when we're looking at the tire wear below, we can look up above and see if it kind of ties in.
What I'm not sure about is how long this channel report is. See how wide it is. It's not very useful being that wide.
No, because it's for every lap, for every turn.
Yeah, you want to maybe pick a lap, don't you?
Yeah, so you can drop it to selected, and then it will only show one.
And then I was gonna. There was something on this as well. Display show, and we're gonna call this front right inner.
I was pushing quite hard on lap 13, by the way, so this will be quite tyre weary.
Yeah, whatever. It just so happens we're on lap 13.
Exactly. This is when I was catching up with Nimue and Deco. Make or break time.
Let's see what rallies looks like in a minute. That'll be interesting. See if he burns his tyres up quite as much.
I think my front left was at 18 in the end.
I've got you beaten there then. I was at like 40 something, I think.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
Simon,
30. I can't remember exactly.
on the table below, can you add in there the total as well for that lap as to what the tyre wear was? If you can do that.
So there's a running total.
Is there a difference between standard? Is it standard deviation we want?
Is that what you mean? So we've got starts at 65 and goes down to 671. Is that right?
Yeah,
Well,
so I finished
no,
with 30% wear.
That's the value it has on at the end of that section. So in turn 1, the tire wear from left, the end is the value it had when it exited the turn 1 section.
Yeah. So
on the 13th lap.
on his screen, it would have shown, what's that, 33%, and by the end of it, it would have shown. No, that's not right.
Yeah, there's the wrong way around those numbers.
That's if you want to solve that, go to simply create a simple math to do a subtraction.
Okay, show me how to do that, because that's something I'm really interested to do.
Go to the math to the right.
That one?
Right?
No,
This one. Then, for example, here,
create.
Whatever. No, you have many. Go, for example, to the tire workspace.
Yeah.
To have it organized on the left. The tire.
Yeah.
And add the expression. Maybe I have it. I don't know.
Show me from scratch anyway. If you know how to do it, show me, because I'll be really interested.
Then put the name you want.
So
for example,
tire, actual or displayed tire wear.
Yeah.
Tire. It's not wear. It's
percentage.
Life.
Display.
Yeah, and then on. You can put on display unit, I think. Yeah, on quantity. Quantity select ratio.
Ratio rate, is it?
No, ratio. It's that one. Then here on display unit or result unit, choose percent. Right. And result unit, if you want also. It doesn't matter that much in this.
Interpolate or color, leave that.
Yeah, that's the default color. Then in the expression, type 100 minus, like the dash, and then well, you can insert it directly. Find tire wear. And then click on the one you want.
Is it front left we're doing, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then insert channel. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
It doesn't actually have that, does it? It's just overall. Yeah.
That's it.
And then press OK.
Okay. Now close this. Well,
I'll leave it open because I might need that still, mightn't I?
Oh, you can't. It's
damn it.
Always close it and then use it.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
And then tire
displayed. The good part is the math channels are on top.
And then what we're doing,
you can have a min max. That will show the min and max value of that lap. Or this is a min and max of each section. So yeah.
Oh, it's cute. It's adding them all up. Why has that gone thousands?
What? I'm just an amazing driver.
Why is that?
I was picking up loads of rubber on my last lap.
think you want the change again. Yeah. No.
Oh, why?
Yeah,
What?
I was just trying it. I don't think that math is right.
No, go to the math.
I think you meant to do divided by, not minus or something.
No,
No, it would be minus, I thought.
go to the math again and let's check it. Should be below.
Maybe because you've still got the result unit as a ratio.
It's already got 100%.
Oh, well, maybe change the result unit to ratio. From ratio to percent. The below. Yeah, percent. That could be. Now we add it back. Yeah, now it is.
Okay, so that shows you how much you're losing at that point.
The reason I wanted that was so that we could see the total tire wear over the lap. So say he had 4% lap.
Yeah, you can modify that instead of going for corners on the headings. Change it instead of doing corners, doing laps. Go a bit below. The last one, remove it. And maybe select the outings. Select selected outings, so it will do all laps.
Yeah.
Not for each lap.
I think I'm trying to get this fine-tuned to be really, really useful, and I think Tech was onto something there, and I think we should try and follow it a bit more. So
because then you can see, like, it looks like there's 2 or 3 corners in particular where he's losing most of the tires. So then you could maybe say, okay, I need to focus on a better line or a different approach through just those 2 or 3 corners, and I'll save half my tire wear or something potentially.
Well, no, that is really good there, because that shows you 1.3 loss on turn 8. That's one turn. He's lost 1.3. So turn 8.
I may lose you guys. My internet's messing around.
Okay, I get what we're doing though. And I'm just gonna go to that math and change that name of that as well, because I can't.
Yeah, put front left or something in there. You should double click it. It goes to edit.
Okay. Tire remaining. FL.
This is more interesting than half of my lectures.
Close.
I'm okay about 40 quid a lecture.
To change the channel, remove the other and put the new one.
It's not our fault you chose art history.
Wait, who does art history?
Mostly people that don't want a job.
Well, don't tell my girlfriend because she's doing fine art, but...
That's different though.
If you want, remove the tire wear from left, because now we're using the other one.
Well, I was going to add a front right tire wear remaining.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I can copy it, can I?
Yeah.
So I'll just go like that. Can I copy?
Yeah, Control C, Control V. Below? No?
Yep.
Yeah. And now we simply change it. Change the name, change the channel, and you're done.
Oh, I'm loving this. This is
no,
brilliant.
you simply... No. Simply change the L for an R.
Do that, right?
Yeah. You can put the fields by typing. There's no need to.
I didn't realise. I forgot. Totally forgot. Add. I'm not liking how that's turned out. I'm just going to change that because it's got a 1 next to it.
the copy.
Can't be doing with that.
Ain't on much.
Back in there. I'm loving this. This is brilliant. feel like I'm learning.
All right. So now if we actually analyze it a little bit, so we can see what turn 5 is the worst for his right rear, front right, and turn 8 for his front left.
Oh. I'm just perfecting this, but carry on. I'm just going to do something quietly in the background.
Yeah, in the top there, I think Jan was talking about putting in a total tire wear for that lap. I wonder if we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. So where it says Malaysia 4-loop McLovin, in that bit there, can we put just the total tire wear for that lap? Is that possible? Yeah.
Yeah, simply change.
Stand by 1 minute. Stand by. Just get rid of them.
Well, not in the same report, but you can create a new one, and then instead of making it by turns, by corners, then making it by laps, and it will show the changes lap. But that's what I have done on the wear tab. That I have this change per lap, and as well as an average tire wear per lap, but that needs other channels.
But for this one, can we just put in a number? What do they call, like a number, like where you do gear change? You just put a number in. Can we just put a number in that changes, that gives a total for the lap?
Where on the map?
Oh, in the middle here. I know what you mean.
Like, can we add a gauge that just gives us a
gauge and number.
Where's gauge?
Below. Almost
gauge,
at the
I see,
bottom.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, numeric.
If you put the numeric, that's simply a number.
Simon, I don't think those bottom ones are lined up perfectly. You might want to revisit
I can't
Stop getting started.
It's annoying me the hell out of me, I tell me. So, it's these two, right? Oh, we can only do one. Oh, but that's gonna. Is that gonna be showing the right?
No, that will show the number at that moment.
Yeah, you just want tire wear front, I think, don't you? Or tire wear front right, front left. Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it's what you want. Yeah. That will show only this.
No, that's
good.
I like that.
That's where the cursor is.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, that's not what we want.
Yeah, if you change the cursor, like move it somewhere,
this bit here.
No, the on the graph, So, yeah, move that. You see?
Yeah, I got you.
It's simply that's useful for gears or something like that.
I don't think. Well,
because you can see live if you press that play button.
Let's play. Yep. I think that's quite good.
Just watching my tyres fade away.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and you can see on the map the position, how the water it goes.
Why is it
Either way, though, if you analyze just these turns at the moment, you can see front left, front right, where he's losing the most tire.
Right, let me.
Now stop it. And
yeah. These tires are going. Is that it?
No. The same position. Yeah. There's also like a dial and bars and something.
Like dial.
Yeah.
Is that going to be alright?
Yeah.
Let's try that.
And if you move the cursor, it will drop.
Actually, Simon, you might want to use your maths there, your percentage change, because then you'll see the needle kind of flick up and down from 0 when it's really kind of, increasing. You get what I'm saying? in that gauge one.
That's what it's doing at the moment, I think. I just need to change the...
I think you've got the total tyre wear. I think you want to use your maths there. Change that property to your to one of your maths ones.
The top one or the bottom one?
No, the gauge.
Yeah, the gauge is front left tyre remaining percentage.
But he wants like the delta, as in like, so when I'm wearing it more, like the rate of which it's wearing, I think.
I don't think it's possible.
I got you. Yeah.
Shall I change the range? We can change the range a bit.
No, that's the cursor. Go to the channel and if you want, change the max and min.
Where's max and min? I can't see it.
And channel. Yeah, the same thing. Scale mode.
So the maximum it's going to be is maybe 2. Sorry, 2 is there. Maybe.
So how come that doesn't tie in with what's being reported in the table below?
That's not what you could do.
That's the channel value.
Oh, I want the change. You know, like this change down here.
Go to properties and see if it could be selected there. No, not here. This is just value, simple value.
So can we do some maths to do a change on it, or is it?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you could do it. You could do it. I did it. It's quite complicated, but
it's alright. Got time.
So go to math and prepare. Be prepared for going to math camp.
I'm loving this. I'm loving it.
Add an expression.
Yep.
And well, let me open my Motec to make sure I can keep it. Yeah. It's quite tricky.
Okay.
Let me copy your channels.
Do you want to see it? Ooh. That's what it looks like. If you want to check, copy it.
Okay, well, one will do. Well, add an expression. Let's see where I have it.
We're going to call this.
Okay, now it's you want it for every corner?
I want it live so that every single moment you can see that needle going up and down. You see the
wow.
This section down here, front tire left remaining percentage. This is changing all the time, isn't it? How quickly the tire's wearing at any given time. So when he's looking after his tires, the needle will be down. Once he's smashing it round a corner, the needle will go up. Does that make sense?
Can you, if you go on there, then go insert range, like along the line with all the operators, and then do the outings, laps, track sections, default corners.
Where?
So on the thing you're just on, so add expression.
Yeah, you can do that.
Then insert range, on the row where all the operators are, with the plus and minus and everything.
So I want to go FL. Right, what I'm doing?
Yeah, insert range. Below. Oh. On the operators.
Operators.
At the right? No.
Insert function.
On top. Where you have the this.
Yeah. Insert range.
This will do the laps or corners or whatever you want.
Should we just do corners for now?
Yeah. Okay. Pick it.
Yep.
Now, surround that by parentheses. Select everything and on to the right.
That one.
Click that. It does. Go to the start.
Where's the start?
No, at the beginning of the expression.
Right. So quantity.
On the expression
of the line, where you're typing.
the line. The expression is this. This box. the start of all. Then on the functions, go there
Yeah.
and go to R. Range change.
Yeah.
Below.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Insert.
Yep.
Delete the parenthesis. Make it. Yeah. Now expand this, and you will see the help.
Okay.
Go down. Make it bigger if you. Yeah. No, the expression. No. Yeah. So, and now you have to do a choose. I think. Yes, on the functions at the beginning, just insert choose. Just simply type choose. Parenthesis. Opening, and then close that on the other side.
That way, like that, and there. You mean like that?
Let me see.
Or is it more around choose?
No. At the end of choose, open parentheses, and close it at the end of the line.
Oh, the total end of the line.
Yeah. Now let me see. Now put a comma. No. No, not delete this and enter the parentheses after the first one. No. Go delete this parenthesis and go one left. Move one left. Now. No.
Right? That one?
Yeah. Put a comma. And then put stat max. Stat underscore max. Stat. No, sorry, stat.
Stat. Yep.
Subtracted by stat minimum. Stat underscore min. Oh, well. Now, on the stat max, at the after the stat max, open and close parentheses. No, at the end of stat max.
At the end of stat max, yeah, I've done that.
Open. No, open there. So remove this one. Go to after stat max. Where is the closing one?
Yeah.
Before that, open it, and add the channel, like the one you created.
And that's what is it?
FL.
Is it that one?
FL tile remaining. Yeah. Insert it. And do the same. Then at the after the closing parentheses. Well, here, yeah.
Yep.
Subtract it at the subtract.
Yep.
And at the end of a statement, do the same. Simply parentheses and put the field.
Like that.
Yeah. Now, comma.
Is this what programming language is this?
Nothing.
Maths.
Now put invalid. Invalid.
Or one word.
No, invalid. Only invalid.
Yeah.
And at the end of invalid,
if I can spell it.
Open and close parentheses. Open and close. Close parentheses.
Yeah.
Another one.
Close it. Another one. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see if it works.
I'll be amazed if this works.
How long have you guys spent on this?
days.
He did say
Is it worth
he did
payoff?
say it'd take a long time. So funny.
And I'm really sure, I'm almost convinced that it will show some random values. But whatever.
So that's the right channel, isn't it? Or is it? Or we've got to choose a maths. No, we've got to do a maths, haven't we?
It's a math now. Yeah. What did you put a tire
What did you call
wire
it?
change or something like that? No,
Oh, I
it
can't
didn't.
remember. Let's rewind the video. What did I put?
I don't think you had tire in the title because I can't see it there. Change in something? I don't know.
Change, yes, put change.
There you go.
Let's see if it works. No, better put it on a graph. First of all, to check if the values are correct.
Yep, okay. So,
Or on a new worksheet or add it on somewhere else. Well, it doesn't change. Okay, it's wrong.
well, is this the right? Yeah.
The problem is it's a mess. Do something a bit complicated, it's simply a mess. Because it's not a full programming language. It's like some math operations. But it's only that. Let me...
He's going to be awake all night trying to figure that out.
That's a comma. Yeah. What does comma invalid mean? Why are we putting it invalid in there?
The value is invalid. Don't take it. It's simply whatever. There's no value there.
Okay.
I don't get why we're using a choose because, like, why would so that's like a Boolean thing, isn't it? If the
Yeah.
first thing has a value.
Now I'm doing something else.
Go on.
One sec.
We could leave this for the minute and do that next week once we've worked it out. But let's just go back to the minute while you work that out. Let's go back and just have a look at the theory of what we're trying to do. Yeah. Why is that saying 0%? Why isn't it playing? Right, let's do that. Oh, this is kind of close to where we want it. Properties. This is working. I think it's working, you know. It's just not working in a graph. No, this
What
is...
exactly?
No, this is different, sorry.
Oh.
Something different here. Front right. Move that down. Move that down there. Except I've got these two the wrong way around. Got my lefts and rights mixed up. Happy with that? Although it's gone to the end, why is it not? Right, who's asleep?
Yeah, I'm good. Got a coffee on.
I might go get a coffee, but does that look close to what we wanted? We did really want percentage change, but we've got them down here at the bottom. I just wanted these numbers, 0.5, 0.1, 0.2, to be kind of up here live. But I don't think that's...
Yeah,
really, that's
I'll try to make it over this week.
Yeah, we can do that for next week. So, Tech, is that... We're close to kind of what we wanted?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I was just trying to get something that would now allow us to analyze the lap, and the temperature chart is good. So that shows us where we're overheating the tires. And then the turn-by-turn section, that gives us some really good information. So there's 2 or 3 turns there that if you could find a better way through them, could save a lot of tires.
Yep.
So no, really good. I think particularly for the endurance, I might do this with one of the files that I do this week to see which corners are the real culprits.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's a real useful worksheet.
Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to rename it. What we're going to call it? Tire wear map.
Yeah.
Alright. So, how are we going to share this worksheet?
Zip it.
Is it
Because what I tried to do, it ended up in being an archive, something like that. So
export data? So it's not the data itself, is it?
no, it's on workspace. No, a file workspace. You can see export.
You've exported it, but
But when I did to file, I did that archive. And but then maybe you have to make something else to import it.
So yeah,
But
it's saying there, look.
yeah,
It's only giving that one option, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's not going to have it. I've already saved it. Okay, so zip it. What are we talking about? Going into the program files.
Yeah, where it's stored, the workbook, and simply the ones you have opened.
I'm not
Go
sure.
one back, and it's zip the whole. Well, maybe it's on the Motec.
Yeah, I think it'll be on the install.
See, I don't know what exactly. Motec, maybe there. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I've only just. That was. I don't think that's the most recent one, though, is it?
I don't know if it's no on documents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's stored in documents. I have the Motec. I do work. Then the whole folder.
So the whole of that R to do folder.
Yeah.
So I don't want to archive that because that's in progress. So I'm just going to put that somewhere else. Did I just do that to a var? Right. Shall I stick that on the Discord? There you go. Well, I think we'll call that a night then. Thank you, Jan.
No, I think I managed to do it.
Okay.
One second, let me check it.
Well, zip it up because I think I'm at my limit.
You worn yourself out. The brain's frazzling.
I'm
Mine
full up of knowledge. I need a coffee.
Well, it's not completely done because the values are at the end are quite high. So yeah, it's needs a bit refining.
Yeah, of course. So don't worry. I think we're good. So thank you again, Jan, for your time. And I reckon your English has got better in 1 week of doing this.
Yeah, because I don't normally speak it, so it's yeah, by practicing, practicing.
No, it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting free English lessons. We're getting free Motec lessons.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. All right. Well, I've got to get up in about 5 hours, so I'm going to bed. But if anyone wants to grind out some endurance laps, just send me their Motec files. That's fine.
All right, buddy. Cheers for that. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
See you all next week.
Yeah,
See
see
ya.
you next week. Regular thing, huh?